All right there, Big Bubba. Got your Cobra 29 already. It's just a tone generator. I'll cut that down. But anyway, I got a Cobra 29 all ready for you. I just taped up the bezel to keep it nice and protected for you. And we have a upgraded echo board, or an echo board rather, outplaced of the Delta Tune control. Delta Tune still left inside the radio and zip tied. I've got the echo board marked for you, set to where I would recommend to run it, you know, so you'll have a good reference to go back to in case you need it. The talkback is modified. We've got a complete variable range now. They come extremely quiet. You may not use a lot of it because you're going to be using a modded D104 or 575, and so the you can cut it off if you don't want to use the talkback, or if it squeals or whatever. I'm trying to think about what else. Here we got a VFO wind-up mod on the channel 9 switch. You flip up to the channel 9 and the VFO is engaged. Flip down, it's disengaged there. Other than that, we just tuned this thing out with the stock final like you requested. We've got hi-fi receive and hi-fi transmit, and of course the VFO on the switch and the echo. The final, I didn't leave it completely stock. I went ahead and changed it out to the older style 2078. The new ones, you know, they blow up if you look at them wrong, and I just didn't feel comfortable leaving that new one in there, so I put you an old school 2078 in there at least, so it be a little more rugged for you. I stayed conservative with the output because these stock finals don't take a whole lot of abuse. They're not as rugged as like a MOSFET. But all in all, it come out good and should be a great radio for you. Also, we got a transistorized variable power in place of the RF gain control here. I'll go ahead and show you carrier range. I can cut that all the way down here. Check it out on my DOSI. And we can key nothing. Raise that carrier up, and I may raise that slightly. If it's not getting the full output off the bottom end, I will raise that bottom end threshold up if I need to. I will check that before I send it out. Go ahead and raise up the carrier here. Then we can key up to 8. So anywhere from nothing all the way up to an 8-watt carrier there. I can leave it up or whatever here. I'll demonstrate the talkback with just a Road King or whatever.
Heller 1-2, Heller 1-2, check 1-2. Got the speaker kind of pointed away.
It may try to feedback if I go towards me here.
Heller 1-2, check 1-2, audio, breaker.
Check it out. Oh, let's go ahead and cut this off here. Look at it on the spectrum analyzer. Audio looks nice and clean. Check out my output on the LP. Audio, breaker. You know, between 30 and 40 watts on the LP. You know, they're kind of friendly like a bird peak meter. And on my stingy DOSI here, we'll go ahead and go up to the next scale, and we are modulating to 28 peak watts here. We'll look and just see what this is showing on the coaxial dynamics peak meter here. We're doing 34 with the tone. Audio, close to 40 with my voice like the LP. They usually line up pretty close together there. Bird average output, we'll see what we're doing on a 25 watt slug. We are modulating to, it looks like it's going to a good 8.5 or 9 bird. Yeah, 9 bird. Let me back down the carrier. Like I said, if this is not going to hit at least 8.5 bird, I'm going to raise up the bottom end slightly for you. It may be just fine. We're losing like, what, we're at 8 3/4 now. You know, so we're losing like 1/4 of a watt. I may bump up the bottom just slightly to make sure you can get full potential off the low carrier. But anyway, that ought to be a good example. Oh, I've got the VFO. I can cut that on for you. And the volume's down. Let me cut this mic gain so it doesn't try to feedback. I'll cut up the volume up here on my little monitor. It might be a little too high there. There you go. Just showing you that the VFO works. I cut it off. Not there. Alright, cool. So cut that back down. Anyway, I think I've gave you an example on everything there, Nick. I appreciate the business, and I hope you enjoy the radio.